The story begins in 1966, in a quiet town in Indiana. A young boy named Michael, only 9 years old, gazes out of his window, watching other children play freely in the field. There's a longing in his eyes. He wants to join them, but his life is different. Suddenly, his father, Joseph, calls him inside. It's time to rehearse. Inside the house, the atmosphere shifts completely. What should be a home feels more like a training ground. Michael joins his brothers, preparing to sing, but nerves get the better of him, and he stumbles. Joseph doesn't take it lightly. He sharply corrects him, demanding perfection. Mistakes are not tolerated here. Later that evening, during dinner, Joseph announces something big. He believes the boys are ready to perform publicly. He's already arranged for them to sing twice a week at local venues. The boys are thrilled, excitement lighting up their faces. But their mother, Catherine, is concerned. She reminds Joseph that they're still children with school responsibilities. Joseph shuts that down quickly. In his mind, life is simple. You either succeed or you fail. And as poor black kids, he insists they won't be handed anything. If they want a better life, they have to fight for it. Rehearsals intensify, and soon the boys debut as the Jackson 5. Michael becomes the center of attention, leading the group with energy far beyond his age. The crowd loves them, dancing and cheering throughout their performance. From backstage, Joseph watches closely, his face unreadable. But the celebration doesn't last long. Once they return home, Joseph pushes them right back into practice. The boys are exhausted, and Catherine tries to intervene, but Joseph challenges them. Were they tired because they performed well? Only Michael answers honestly, saying yes. That single response costs him dearly. Joseph calls him forward and punishes him harshly, reinforcing his belief that there's no room for disagreement under his roof. Michael retreats to the kitchen in tears, where Catherine gently comforts him. Despite the pain, the routine continues. The group performs constantly, traveling from place to place, winning over bigger audiences with each show. A year later, their talent starts attracting serious attention. During one performance, Joseph approaches a woman named Suzanne, asking for her opinion. She's impressed especially by Michael and gives him her contact, revealing she works with Motown Records. It's a turning point. Soon, they find themselves in a professional studio, meeting Berry Gordy. Michael performs, but Gordy wants him to tone down his movements and try again. Joseph attempts to guide his son, but Gordy stops him, making it clear that from here on, he's in charge of shaping their sound. Under Gordy's direction, Michael begins to grow artistically. The connection between them strengthens, and Michael quickly adapts. Before leaving, Gordy reassures him he sees something rare in him. The Jackson 5 released their first album, and it's a massive success. Their songs climb to the top of the charts, and suddenly, they're everywhere, on TV, in magazines, dominating the music scene. Within 2 years, the family moves into a large home in California. But fame doesn't bring normalcy. Michael struggles with isolation. When he asks his mother for a llama as a pet, she gently suggests he should spend time with kids his age instead. Michael disagrees. To him, people treat him like a celebrity, not a child. Only animals make him feel normal. Catherine reminds him that he's special and that he should never let anyone dim his light. Years pass, and Michael grows into a young man with bigger dreams. He wants to step out on his own and create a solo album. To avoid conflict, he has the idea presented to Joseph as if it came from the record label. Surprisingly, Joseph agrees, but only under strict conditions. As Michael begins working independently, his fame continues to rise. He spends time visiting sick children, showing a softer, compassionate side. Yet, behind the scenes, he battles insecurities about his appearance. He undergoes cosmetic surgery, hoping to feel more confident in his own skin. Tension with Joseph grows stronger. When Joseph pushes for another group tour, Michael resists. He wants independence, but Joseph refuses to let go. Frustrated, Michael seeks advice from his bodyguard, Bill, who encourages him to build his own team and take control of his career. Eventually, Michael meets a powerful manager, John Branca, who challenges him directly. If Michael truly wants to be the greatest, he must make difficult choices, starting with removing his father as his manager. It's a painful decision, but Michael follows through. sending a brief message that ends Joseph's control over his career. Joseph is furious, feeling betrayed. But Catherine sees things differently. She believes Michael deserves the freedom to shape his own path. As Michael moves forward, he pours his energy into creating something groundbreaking. Inspired by the world around him, including social issues and music culture, he begins crafting new ideas. His vision leads to the creation of something revolutionary, a short film concept for a song called Thriller. Determined to break barriers, Michael pushes for his work to be aired on MTV, despite resistance due to racial bias in the industry. Through persistence and bold negotiation, he succeeds. By 1983, Michael reaches an entirely new level of fame. His performances are electrifying, and his signature moves captivate audiences worldwide. Thriller becomes a global phenomenon, selling millions of copies. Despite his success, family tensions remain unresolved. Joseph attempts to reunite the Jacksons for a major tour, and eventually, Michael agrees, though not without conflict. During rehearsals, tragedy strikes. A stage accident leaves Michael severely burned. He's rushed to the hospital, and for a moment, his life hangs in the balance. The incident becomes a wake-up call, not just for Michael, but for his entire family. As he recovers, Michael makes a powerful decision. He donates his earnings to help burn victims, turning his pain into something meaningful. He begins to see his life differently, not just as an artist, but as someone with a purpose to spread love and healing. In 1984, Michael returns to the stage for the final tour with his brothers. The performances are emotional, filled with both celebration and closure. At the end, he announces it will be his last time performing with them, marking the end of an era. Years later, in 1988, Michael stands alone on stage once again, this time fully in control of his destiny. The crowd roars as he delivers an unforgettable performance, proving that he has truly become the artist he always dreamed of being. And his journey is far from over. This brings us to the end of the recap. If you liked it, subscribe for more. Stay tuned for the next recap.